We offer free creative arts programs, and the reason why it's free, to not give a disadvantage for families who might be from a socio-economic and can background who may not be able to afford. Our doors and hearts are open to all young people who stutter. I like that. Very smooth into Australia. Hello everyone. So great to be here. Before I present, we've been in Australia. I just want to acknowledge, so in the spirit of reconciliation, Say Australia acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connection to land, sea and community. We pay our respect to their elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today. Also, I would like to pay huge respect and acknowledgement to Tom, Tricia and everyone else involved with the World Stuttering Network for putting on, you know, it's only been a couple of hours and it's epic so far. So thank you so much to them. And how great is this? Speakers and organisations from all around the world, people who stutter, people who don't stutter, who are coming together to really share, support, embrace, and to show that our community is big. We are better together. So presentations and speakers so far have been amazing. Thank you so much. Been great and to hear. At the end of the chat, I'll be sharing my email address, some website links and everything. So I'll share that in the chat at the end. I'm going to open it up to questions. I'm on till 9 o'clock. I don't really want to talk that long. I don't mind talking because in this space, I have as much time to say the words I want to say, but I want to open it up into questions. I might share a couple of pictures, a couple of the videos, but my technical abilities today haven't been that great because I've just come from a showcase with the kids, but we'll see, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, and just before I start, has there ever been a better time in history to be a person who stutters? You know, of all the communities and organizations out there, you know, around the world, you know, it's great. I look back to when I was a kid, didn't have anything. I'm sure a lot of people here might not have had anything, might not have even met or known another person who stutters. You know, I think of my parents and what they were told it was their fault that I stutter, so, it's great for parents, it's great for people who stutter, it's great for educators, it's great for SLPs that communities like this exist. And what I found over the years is the stuttering community, you know what, it's pretty awesome. Everyone's really friendly. You know, everywhere I've been around the world has been so accepting, it's just been amazing. So I thank you for the opportunity to share about Say Australia. So Say, the Stuttering Association for the Young Australia, is a national not-for-profit organisation that empowers, educates and supports young people who stutter and the world that surrounds them. We launched in Melbourne in 2019, but I'm sure a lot of people might have heard about Say in America, launched about 20 years ago by Taro Alexander, an amazing person who stutters, an amazing teacher, an amazing parent, who had this idea to bring young people together in creative arts programs, to provide them a space where they could just meet and hang and give the arts as an opportunity for them to share their voice, to meet other young people who stutter, and to give them a platform to know that their voice matters and it deserves them to be heard. And it's really okay to stutter. And I speak to Tara a lot. He's a good friend of mine. And I say to him, you had this idea, like a lot of people here have had with organizations or anything, you had this idea and it's like you dropped it in a lake and the lake was very still and the ripples keep on going out, affecting people's lives, and it'll continue to do that around the world for like, how many ever years we're on this planet, who knows? So what we use is through targeted and creative expression and deep listening, we foster a community of acceptance, of empathy, of love, where young people can discover their unique and voices through the transformative power of the arts and through profound the connection with other people who stutter. Our programs are free. We offer free creative arts programs. And the reason why it's free is, to not give a disadvantage for families who might be from a socioeconomic and can background, who may not be able to afford, certain kind of therapies and things like that. So we are free. Our doors and hearts are open to all young people who stutter. The aim is to build their self-confidence. The aim is to build the social communication skills, the functional communication skills, meeting other young people who stutter. We impart and kind of strategies and techniques that significantly help children to manage the plethora of the psychosocial aspects of stuttering, of stuttering. So obviously, we all know about the iceberg, and certain kind of therapies just treat what we see, but certain kind of therapies don't really provide the opportunity to work on what people don't see. As we all know, the shame, the guilt, the embarrassment, the isolation, and the loneliness, and the plethora of the mental health, the complications that can be caused by that. So our approach provides young people who stutter and their families long-term help and support. And our programs really transform the lives of youth who stutter by giving them unique and safe opportunities to take a risk, to kind of take a safe risk in a supportive environment where they have the opportunities to public speak. So the programs that we offer, we have playwriting, songwriting. We just done a spoken word project, which I didn't really know a lot about the spoken word, so it's a big learning experience for me, but we just did that in person, because obviously in Australia, kind of the impact of COVID isn't that great at the moment. So we've been able to return back to in-person programming, but through COVID, when the restrictions are quite harsh, we transferred our creative arts programs online. It was a crazy idea to do creative arts programs online, and it worked. I can share a bit more about that as we proceed. I'll explain how our programs work. But basically, we just provide that space where kind of young people know that their voice matters. They're awesome exactly how they are, and it's really okay to stutter. So an example of one of our kind of programs. So the My Share project, which we are about to start actually, but we did it our very first one when we launched. So it's a 10-week program. On a Saturday, normally from 11 till 1, we have a collaboration with the Victorian College of the Arts here, which is attached to the University of Melbourne. And we have a big studio space, and they gave us in kind. We have a theatre space. And what we do over those 9 or 10 weeks, we introduce a concept of what a share is. Basically, a share is anything. A share could be a dance, it could be a play, it could be a movie trailer, it could be a magic act, it could be a musical, it could be all those combined. Who cares? The kids have the full the control over what they do. We have volunteers, the teaching artists, whose role it is to really help the young people bring their idea to life, not for the adults to influence at all. So to add a word in, to add a line in, to add an idea, it's purely the young people's ideas. So what we do in the first week, I don't like to call them icebreakers. It's the Say Australia games, where we are in a circle in a studio. We've got Motown on in the background, a lot of music, a lot of fun. And we do our games, which to kind of look at, you would look and see, they're having a lot of fun. But the psychosocial elements of it, are very much the opportunities to say your name in front of everyone, the opportunity to speak in front of a circle, the opportunity to kind of lead a game, and to have fun, and the opportunity to see adults who stutter, I'm not sure if I shared, I am a person who stutters. Sorry, I might have missed that. But yeah, a lot of our kind of volunteers are people who stutter. But it's powerful as well for our young people, for our volunteers who don't stutter, that our volunteers give as much time and give the empathy and give as much love and support as kind of speakers who are fluent to our young people who stutter. And I think that's a very powerful concept and for them to see. But as well, they meet other young people who stutter. So when they might think it's only them in the world who stutters, and it's like, you know, whatever they're being told at home, if they've got a supportive home environment or not, or a supportive school or not, in this space, they don't have to be anything but themselves, you know, and they learn and they see that very, very quickly. So that's what we do in the first week. I invite the parents and to stay as well. It's very hard to get the parents to not stay after the first week because they love our games. But it's important that they see what we do as well, because I can explain it. And I think unless you've been to, say, in America or the camp saying that they do, or unless you've been to other spaces like other camps and other organizations where the focus probably, you know, might not be on kind of fluency. And can I say Australia isn't against fluency? It's not pure acceptance. It's just a space. It's just a space where young people can be who they are. So for the first week, that's what we do. We introduce them to say in a very fun way. They meet the other young people in a fun way in the games. A typical game is called How About You, where we sit in a circle and everyone's got a chair apart from the person in the middle, who's always me. I always start. And I just say a thing about me. I say my name if I want to say my name. And then I just share a thing about me. So kind of sometimes I say I'm a person who stutters. And then when I say, how about you? If you are also a person who stutters, you stand up and you move and you find an empty chair. Sometimes there are fun ones like, you know, I'm obsessed with peanut butter. So I love peanut butter. I eat it on anything. I put it on anything. How about you? And even though it's a fun game, there are some serious shares. And we do a number of games, and then at the end of the first week, we introduce a share. So kind of what is a share? We explain what a share is. And then in 10 minutes, we all create a share. We all create a bonkers share. It could be a play. The last time we did it, it was about turtles having eggs and trying to get back to the sea after the eggs hatched. And then there was the vultures coming in, all this, you know, it made no sense, but like it was great for the kids to see that, because maybe young people haven't had the opportunity to get on stage, haven't had the confidence to include themselves in drama, haven't been given an opportunity to, haven't been given an opportunity to kind of speak in front of people. So what we do, we demystify the process. And then for the weeks after that, we spend a bit of the first initial bit of these sessions just doing a few more of these games, but then we put the young people into groups and they work together to create a unique piece which never existed. And they create this piece. And then at the end of the 9 weeks, through the sessions, through like rehearsals, during that time, if they come up, we sit around and we have these shares. If they come up in terms of stuttering, we let the young people speak. And, you know, it's not for us as adults and to really be talking. It's for us to provide a space where we listen. So at the end of the 9 weeks, we put on a show. We put on a proper show in a theatre for all the young people. If they want to perform, if they don't want to, it's absolutely cool. There is no kind of pressure to even create a piece or to perform a piece. And we meet each young person where they're at, because some young people, to even write a piece and to hand it over to other people to do could be the biggest thing that they've ever done in their life. Standing on stage could be a huge kind of risk for them, you know. So we meet every young person where they're at. They want to perform, or if they want someone else to do their piece, or if they just want to stand up on stage, or if they want to do it all, it's entirely up to them. So we invite friends and family. We invite people in our world. We invite the kind of young people's SLPs if they want them there, and they're kind of educators. So the performance serves a couple of purposes. It serves a great purpose as a confidence builder for our young people. It also serves as a connection with the family, because there are sometimes pieces which are very heavy to do with their own experience of having a stutter. And that could be the first time that they've ever shared that with their parents or with educators. So there is a great educational opportunity, a great raised awareness opportunity for the families to kind of understand more what it's like for a person to stutter. So we have a showpiece at the end. We have a big party, and that's a snapshot of one of our projects. There are other things we do. We do hangs, the social hangs, where, because there might be some kids who don't want to do a creative arts program and they just want to hang with other young people who stutter. So kind of sometimes we go to the pictures all together, sometimes we go bowling. We had when the weather was great a couple of months ago, we went down to the botanical gardens. We just had a little sports day, inviting family and friends, had a bit of a picnic. It was cool. You know, it was awesome. It was just, you know, kids just being kids, you know, and being allowed to be kids without being told, you need to say this, you need to speak a certain way, you know, blah, blah. You know, it's just come and have fun, you know. So we do Zoom hangs as well. For International Awareness Day, we did a video for that. It was really cool. I made it. I'm not that technical advanced, so but you know, it's pretty good, and the kids had the control over it, so we did that. But what we do on International Awareness Day, and I got the inspiration from Canada, so you know, I'm passing it over to kind of Canada, who did this a very long time ago by contacting all of the landmarks and saying, please, and can light up green for International Awareness Day. I did that in Australia. I thought nobody was going to do it, and it was great. And we got about 20 landmarks, and I've been doing that every year since. COVID put a bit of a spanner in the works, but lots of them are signed up and for this year. So just going back to kind of COVID, because we're based in Melbourne, we were only engaging with young people in Melbourne, and I think COVID just brought up a great opportunity and I never thought about this, because another role I have, I'm an associate, a camp director for Camp Stay in America, because I've been involved with Stay in America since 2015. I'm originally from England. Sorry, I did not share that at all. I'm originally from England. I was trained to be an SLP in England, and I came across Stay purely by chance. And ever since then, I've been involved. I'm part of the leadership team and now an associate director at Camp Stay. And during COVID, we did a summer camp online for 140 young people, and it worked. You know, it was absolutely amazing. So that gave me the inspiration to kind of, you know, with COVID, why don't we do a creative arts and kind of program online? And that's what we did. And what that did, it opened up kids all across Australia. So for our program that we finished off today, for the showcase, for the spoken word, we had young people. I'm not too sure if people know the geography of Australia, but a lot of the major cities are on the East Coast, and Perth is right on the far side, on its own, basically. So there was young people in Perth, in Queensland, in Sydney. Where else was there? We had a staff member, a volunteer called Voon. I think Voon Pang, a lot of people know Voon Pang, an amazing person, an advocate. He's in New Zealand, you know. So we had this community, and it was great. And we did a project, spoken word and kind of project. And we've also done a couple of projects over this year. The My Share project was one of them. But that's what we do, you know. That's the long short version of what we kind of do. So a lot of our young people stay involved. There are instances where we get young people who come, I'll be totally honest, who they come for that first day and they don't come back because for some young people, it's very hard to see adults who stutter and to know that I could probably have a stutter for the rest of my life. And they just, from whatever they've been told, by people in their life. So we have had a few instances where young people have come in for the first week and they've not come back, and that's absolutely okay, because each person is on their own journey. All of us are on our own journey with our encounter stutter, and it's not for us to really, tell people what their journey should be, but we just provide that space. But a lot of our young people stay. I'll just share a couple of the testimonials. where was it? I'll just share a testimonial for one of our girls who was 8 years old, and I got this off her teacher. So the young girl's name is called Alice. She's 8 years old, and a teacher shared with me. And kind of, hi Rich, I just thought I would share with you that ever since Alice has been involved with Say Australia, she is a different child. I have had to move her 5 times because she just keeps on talking to all the other young kids in the classroom. Previously, she wouldn't even say a word in class. And then we've got testimonials of just kids from parents who are saying, you know, they have never met other young people who stuttered before, and they just thought it was them, you know. So very much, it's very much and kind of needed, I suppose, in a lot of places. And I'm not really talking about Say, I'm just talking when we provide that space for kind of young people, you know, or for anyone to just come together and to meet other people who stutter. You see the magic happen, you know, and you see young people really become confident in themselves. So I can open it up to questions shortly. I'm just going to share. I apologize for my technical ability. So I'm just going to see if I can share. Actually, I might share a video. Yeah, I'm going to share a video of something that the young people did for the MyShare kind of project online. And this was a young person in Perth, right over that side of Australia, Queensland, and where was the young person called? I think it was in Sydney. So just let me share this. Okay, please let me know if you can see a screen. Can you see a screen, a blank screen? There's nothing on it yet.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to play. Okay, and this was a piece that was created by our young people for the last project, for the online MyShare project.
Welcome to Say Australia's MyShare project. We made a comic about Say Australia and people that stutter. It is called Say Australia, Raising Awareness. In Say Australia, we will help people who stutter. And here is our comic.
Welcome to Say Australia.
We get together and play games.
Stuttering is hard for me.
We learn about stuttering. I'm the American president. Even I still stutter sometimes.
I stutter.
I am a king and I used to stutter.
70 million people in the world stutter.
James Earl Jones is the actor of Darth Vader. Emily Blunt was an actor in Mary Poppins. Nicole Kidman is a Australian stutterer. All of these people stutter.
There are 3 different forms of stuttering.
Repetitions are when you repeat a certain sound without meaning to.
Prolongations are when you lengthen a sound without meaning to.
And blocks are when you pause without meaning to.
Stuttering to me feels like I can't get my words out properly.
Introducing the producers of this awesome show.
Nathan McKay.
Voon Pang.
Austin Sanday.
Stop bullying people who are different because one day you might be different too.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye.
So that is just a taste of what we do. Austin, I tried to get him to put a t-shirt on for that. I'm not sure he's a bugger. But that is just a taste of, online. Obviously in person, I just didn't have time to get a clip of what we kind of do. But just to share, when we did the My Share project in person, we had an 8-year-old who shared, it was pretty funny actually, she did this play about her parents arguing. It was hilarious and her parents were there in the audience. And it was great, it was really fun. We did a pirate show. We did a play to do with having a stutter and the bullying at school. And then the last one, it was a monologue. It was kind of someone who'd never spoke in front of a group before. And he spoke about his life. He just had a microphone and that was it, in front of 120 people who were just there, not focusing on how he was saying his words, just focusing on what he wanted to say. So that was just a snippet. So that's what we are doing here in Australia. Obviously, we're part of Say in America. People know that they have a summer camp over there. Our goal is to have a camp over here. I'm working on that at the moment. It'll be a small camp. It'll be very small because our numbers aren't that great at the moment. Our awareness, even though we launched in 2019, kind of Say is well known in America, but in Australia it's not. So it's just that awareness campaign, just getting our name out there. We have 25 young people involved for our first program. There were four young people. And then we've got 25 now across Australia. We're starting a project next week, the My Share project. There are 9 young people involved in that. And then we do a Zoom hang every 2 weeks. It's like a campfire, a Zoom and kind of campfire every 2 weeks on a Sunday, where it's just a free-for-all. It's just people come on, I host it. Sometimes we play games, sometimes we chat and share, or we play some songs. People talk about their favorite film, or they just share if they've had a hard week, and they just want to share with people. So, Say Australia at the moment is very much in its kind of infancy, but we run 3 creative arts programs in person a year, and we're hoping to keep that up online because we've made these connections now. But the goal is maybe sometime in the next, maybe in the next 12 months, 18 months to have a mini camp. Camp Say Australia, which would be really, really cool. So that's us. That's me. I've not really shared a lot about me because it's kind of Say Australia. So those are my roles. Those are our kids, and our goal here is basically just to work with everyone to just know that, look, we have a space. Just tell young people about us. If they want to come, then they can make that call. And if they want to come for 1 week, 2 weeks, or whatever, our space is there for our young people who stutter if they want to come and spend time with us. So I will copy just some contact details. So the website, I'm going to paste the website, my email address, social media handles. I didn't know what a handle was until I was told off a young person. I was looking at the door and they're like, what? So I don't know. So there's a link as well, because a great thing as well now is there's lots of documentaries. So the John Gomez one is amazing. The Way We Talk is amazing. I'm sure there's lots more. And then obviously one from Say at the moment, My Beautiful Stutter. I'm arranging to show that to all the students around Australia and all of the universities on the SLP course. I've got a couple of screenings planned already, but I'm hoping to get it out there just so people can see. And not really about Say, just to see that there are other approaches out there as well. So I will just put that in the chat. Just let me, because that was going to someone individual. So I'm just going to paste that. Hopefully that's worked. So there's a link to My Beautiful Stutter, the website, my email address, social media handles, and just Say in America as well. So I think I've got about 10 minutes. I'm sorry for talking loads. I'm sure I just garbled them, but open it up to any questions you may have. Thank you for listening.